But I will say, like, with the greens, I had to take two main ingredients out because I can't have folks knowing that and then reduplicate that.
Out.
But the greens still fire. They still good, but they not the ones at the crib.
They not great. What the?
They still good, but I can't. You gonna have to just come taste that yourself because I can't have these folks that's gonna work and then just going home thinking it's their green recipe, telling folks I can't do that. Hi, I'm Bobby Forrest Jr, running for Prosecuting Attorney here in Pulaski and Perry County. And today I have the privilege of speaking on the No Perimeters podcast. Before we get there, I want to tell you about an important election that's coming up on March 3rd. I'm running on a platform called Smart Justice. Smart Justice is simply this. It focuses on getting violent offenders off the streets that are harming people, but it also focuses on those root causes of crime, helping those in need that we can keep from the criminal justice system. I look forward to sharing with you more about who I am and my platform on this next coming up episode. See you soon.
What's up, everybody? Today I have a special guest with me, Mr. Bobby Forrest, who's running for Prosecuting Attorney. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I'm so glad to be here today. We are in Little Rock, Arkansas. Can you tell the people a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, again, Bobby Forrest Jr. I am running for Prosecuting Attorney here in Pulaski and Perry County. I am from Jacksonville, to a mother who I had three sisters. We grew up in Jacksonville. From there, I went to Jacksonville High School. I've kind of done a lot of different things in a short period of time. Went to the military, became a police officer, became a detective, went to law school. Now I'm a criminal defense lawyer. I own the Experience in Kitchen and Lounge downtown.
Okay.
And yeah, now I'm running.
Okay.
Oh, and I'm a dad. That's very important. I'm a man of God.
Amen.
That's also important. Make
Yes,
sure I
we
say
love
those
a
things.
man of God.
Yes.
Yes, we love it. Okay, so how's the experience kitchen going so far?
I love it. It is a different, I'm the owner. My brothers and them, fraternity brothers, they run the restaurant, so I don't have to deal with the in and outs of it. But I love hearing the reports. I love seeing the reviews. We actually are reopening up this weekend, so we closed for the month of January to do some remodeling, and so we opened up Thursday with a brand new menu, different drinks and things like that, so I'm excited about that.
Okay, so y'all heard that. Thursday, they're reopening. It's going to be a new look, so please make sure you go check that out. The prosecuting attorney, can you explain that to the common person?
Yeah, the prosecuting attorney is kind of like the chief law enforcement officer, legal officer over the criminal justice system. I like to call them the invisible middle because they determine what happens at the beginning and they have a high influence on what happens at the end. So what that means is they're responsible for who gets charged, what they get charged with, and then they're also responsible for the outcome. So who gets incarceration, who gets probation, who gets mental health treatment, who gets drug rehab treatment. If you charge someone as an adult or juvenile, that prosecuting attorney makes all the decisions when it comes down to the criminal justice system. Okay.
What made you run for that specific role?
Yeah, because I love the criminal justice system, and I love the system because it is a system that really deals with a lot of vulnerable people, and I really just have a heart for people. And because that seat, it really has a huge impact on people's life, not only the person who is charged, but also the victim that's in the case. And so it's such a sensitive area that you gotta have someone that has more than just book sense, more than just law school sense when you're dealing with these type of cases. And so you have to have someone who kind of has a balance and kind of have seen the system from all sides, because you have to, one, worry about safety. That's the whole goal of the prosecutor's office, to promote public safety, is to keep the neighborhood safe. But you also got to understand you're dealing with someone on the other side who also could be a person that is affected by just the social norms of life. It's hard life out here.
Yeah,
and so people are dealing with life as well. And so you got to have a balance where we're not too incarceration focused only, which in necessary times it is important, but we also have to look at how can we invest in our community, invest in people so that we don't see them come back in the system as well. And so because we don't really have a system that's focused on that, God has given me my life experiences, and I'm sure we'll get into that, that to me have made me qualified enough to be here and leading that effort and making sure that one, that we're safe. We all want safety, no matter black or white, rich or poor. Everybody wants a safe neighborhood, but also helping people reach a goal of where they don't get back into the system again.
Yeah, I love that because I understand I have family members who have been incarcerated, friends who've been incarcerated.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, and it's a really big thing because I know it breaks my heart to see someone go back into the system. So how do you plan on preventing that?
To prevent people from coming back in the system.
Mm-hmm.
So that is that's a difficult task, and it's kind of outside the role of the prosecutor. Here's what I would say that my real main focus on is, if we have a case and a case comes in, we have to first look at what type of case it is. And so let's talk about the stuff that we all know, the violent cases, the cases where someone commits a sexual act. Those cases we have to be very serious about, very aggressive about. If you're harming neighborhoods, if you're taking someone's life, if you are abusing children, abusing elders, we have to remove you from society because you are a danger to our society. But then we have those other cases, and not just, I say the other cases, they're the majority of cases that we see, and those are, things such as theft of property, things where we see crime really comes out of three areas: poverty, mental health, and addiction. Mm-hmm. And so when we look at that, those are ways where we can kind of invest. So an example would be, if there's someone struggling with drugs, I don't want to send them to prison. I want to send them to rehab.
Yeah.
Now, there will be a time to where we gave you 3 chances in rehab and you ain't got it together. Now then you're forcing my hand. But I at least want to have the ability to give you that chance. I represent right now a single mom of 3, and she is accused of lying on her food stamps application. Basically, she did not report her part-time job because she wanted to still get the benefits because she's a single mom of 3. 21 years old, single mom of 3. Well, that's a B felony. That's fraud. Mm-hmm. And so that's a B felony here. That's minimum 5 years up to 20 years. Wow. How does that help our society to send that young lady to prison? That's going to be 3 kids that's entering the system. Mm-hmm. She's going to have a felony for the rest of her life. Mm-hmm. And we know in Arkansas we have a food deficiency. We're number 2 for food deficiency. I want to, hey, you can't do that act, but I also want to be able to say, how do we give you food? How can we set up your life to where we can make sure you don't have to steal anymore or lie anymore for the food? So that's the balance that I'm talking about.
Okay. Now that you say something about balance, you are a business owner and a lawyer, and you're taking on cases, and then you're having to relate to those people, and then you have a family, mm-hmm. you have kids, or one kid. You have a kid.
Multiple.
Yeah, so you have all of that. How do you balance that? Because I know it's people who have these ambitions, but they still have to provide for their families, and just how do you do it?
Yeah, I think it starts, I say young people, I still consider myself young. You got to be organized, and you got to do more than just talk. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to have a business, mm-hmm. but don't want to put the work in to get the business. Everybody think, okay, I got a business idea, and it's just going to blow up. You need money to fund the idea, and so I think it's just patience and time. And so I just have always, and the military helps a lot with that type of discipline you have. But it just takes discipline to, on Sundays, I have a detailed by the hour schedule for my entire week. I know what I'm doing each hour, if not down to the minutes of what I'm doing. I even have the gym time. I have time with God. Mm-hmm. I have specific time. I'm not touching my phone, time with my son. If you schedule that out and you actually follow that and have that discipline, you will actually get a lot done. There really is a lot of time in the day. Right.
It's actually funny you say that because when I went to church, we had our pastor was speaking about having a plan, because if you don't have a plan, you won't know the direction that you're going.
No, for sure.
And so, and you can accidentally ruin your life and you don't even know, but just because you're not organized, you're not disciplined, you don't have any type of direction. So I really love that you said that, and then you said you made time for God. I am a God-fearing woman.
You got to do
don't
that.
know, but
and you got to do that because you got to be hearing. And so what people get confused is the devil also will give you good plans.
Exactly.
But those plans are not be the plans of the Lord. And so you can be in a good position, making a lot of money, but that is not the plan that God has for you. So you can miss out on blessings. And if you're in a plan that is not God's plan, you got to sustain that plan. And I can't sustain anything. I can't sustain any of my business. It's God who sustains it. So if I'm not walking with Him, then everything's gonna fail. So you gotta have a plan. You gotta also give it to God so you can make sure that plan aligns with His will.
Oh, amen. Preaching today. I love it. I love it. So now that we talked about that, what is your life like with your family?
So I am a single dad. So me and my child's mom's not together. So we have split time with joint custody. So on the days I have my son, it's all about my son. He is a joy. He is rough. He's a boy, Bobby the third, and he is rough, especially like after this snow weekend. With a kid all week that didn't have no other kids to play with. But as it relates to like I spend time with him, but then I have my mom, and then I have 2 other sisters. And specifically talking about my mom, my youngest sister was murdered in 2023 in North Little Rock, and she was shot over 30 times. And so she had 3 kids, and so she left behind 2 boys and a daughter. And so I also try to spend time with my nephews, especially on the weekends. I have my son, bringing them all together because they don't have a father figure as well. He's incarcerated. So talking about the cycles of what happened in the criminal justice system, statistics would say that my nephews will easily end up in the criminal justice system, not having a mom or a dad. So family is really important. Family is what got me here, and so I'm the cook of the family as well. So all holidays are in my house. So we have a good time. Okay, perfect. So what's your favorite dish to cook since you're a chef? My favorite dish to cook would probably be a side. I got the best greens in the United States, period. And I would challenge anybody to that. Best greens, United States, period. But I cook everything. Oxtails. I'm a country cooker, so I'm cooking oxtails, neck bones. I'm smoking stuff. I love smoking food. I do Jamaican dishes. I do Filipino dishes. Whatever you want, I can do. I just love cooking. Amen. I cook like 3 or 4 days a week. Campaign has it where it's like 1 day a week. But when this is over, going back to cooking. The basics. It's just that isn't the way I relax. Some people hate cooking. I hate dishes. I can cook every day if somebody do the dishes for me. Okay. I just don't want to do no dishes. Okay. So are your recipes that you cook, are they incorporated in your business and experience? Oh, absolutely. But I will say, like, with the greens, I had to take 2 main ingredients out because I can't have folks knowing that and then reduplicate that. Out. But the greens still fire. They're still good, but they not the ones at the crib. They not great. What the? They still good, but I can't. You're gonna have to just come taste that yourself because I can't have these folks that's gonna work and then just going home thinking it's their green recipe, telling folks. I can't do that. Dang. Well, I guess you gotta take it to your grave. I'll give it to B3. Okay. If he earned it. Okay, B3. All right then. Well, thank you so much for coming on No Perimeters podcast, and I wish you the best of luck on your campaign, and we need more people like you in these positions and these seats. So everybody, please make sure you go and vote for Bobby Forrest Jr. He's a great candidate, and I appreciate you for being here today. No, for sure. Again, let me give y'all the voting day because it's very important. Early voting starts February 17th. The last day to vote is March 3rd. This is a historical race. It is time to make a change in our criminal justice system. We all know someone who is affected in the system, not just people arrested, but the victims. People have been harmed as well. I explained that my sister is a victim of this, of criminal justice and of crime. So we need somebody who really understands, and I'm that candidate. So I'm asking for everyone's vote for sure. Perfect. Then also one last thing. Can you let us know where we can find you on social media? Yeah, for sure. So Instagram is Forrest for Prosecutor. It wasn't that at first, but now it's Forrest for Prosecutor. And then on Facebook is Bobby Forrest Jr. or the campaign page is Bobby Forrest Jr. for Prosecuting Attorney. And I'm a TikToker. I don't do any of that stuff. I understand. Do you have a website or anything where people can try if they want to volunteer and join your campaign? Yeah, absolutely. But the link is www.forrestforprosecutor.com. Okay, perfect. Please make sure you help if you can and follow him on his socials. They will be listed below. And also make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to No Perimeters Podcast.